Hello, hello. Oh. Hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome in Zerlix, welcome in Apple and Bromad. Hello. Why are we so far on the right? Yeah. Ow. How are you all? Doing okay? Waking up? Waking up. Time to go. Alright. Good morning. I'm having my second coffee of the day. Yes, yes. Oh, I couldn't get to sleep yesterday. I'm really trying not to fuck up my sleep schedule. So I slept kind of longish. Well, broken longish. The past few days. Second liter of coffee? No, I only have like 700 milliliter, maybe. Yeah. 500 coffee. Like the 500 cigarettes. That's a lot of coffee. No, I went down. I drank like 1.5 liter a day. Sometimes I still do. Kind of depends. You gotta pump those rookie numbers up. No, I like my heart to do decent. Yeah, yeah. It's just nowadays I just make one full cafetiere. Oh, it's not even full. It's like 3/4. And then after that I don't fill it up anymore. Back in my day, no, back like half a year back or something. I used to get the coffee when I was awake, and then later during dinner time or something I would get another full batch. Listen, I love coffee, but I don't think it's good in that regard. Are you truly living life if you're not 150 plus BPM all the time? I don't think that's healthy. No. No, you should get that checked out. I can hear Zilix's hands shaking all the way here. Oh my god, diabolical. Oh. I was watching one of the Tekken streams that I normally watch yesterday, right? And apparently the person that streams, it's Jujin. But apparently he has like a blood pressure regulation issue. That whenever he stresses too much, his blood pressure fluctuates that much that it actually doesn't bring enough oxygen and blood through his brain, which is crazy. It comes from old age. Are you trying to say something, Zerlik? Yeah, so because he was feeling a bit like on and off. Some days he was feeling like good, and then throughout the day he felt like really lethargic, not really tired, but just that his brain was not, well, it makes sense now, right? But that that his brain was just too foggy to work. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, that sounds pretty relatable. I have low blood pressure from my family. So my average blood pressure is around like just under 60, which is crazy low. But it has been like that my whole life. I did have development issues when I was younger on my heart. So, you know. But yeah, my mom has really low blood pressure as well. If we stand up too quickly, we're gonna faint. And if I sit in a normal like cross, I don't know how you call it in English, like cross sit. So how do you call it in English? You know, folded. When you fold your legs underneath you, they always fall asleep. So yeah. Even if I normally sit in Seiza, or if I have my legs up on the stool, I actually, after like 20 seconds or such, I need to shift my legs, otherwise they are starting to fall asleep, which is really annoying because sometimes I forget about it, and then the doorbell rings, and then yeah. And my mom always told me to never stand on a foot that is asleep because you can break your ankle. I don't know if there's any truth in that, but I'm not willing to find out. So I'm just gonna, you know. Meditation? Yeah. Do you call it a meditation, D? If you sit like that? Like we have an actual word for it. I don't know, maybe I can Google it. Let's see. Oh, it's just called cross-legged in English. Okay. Well, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Lotus. Oh yeah, lotus position is also like known for it, right? If you're into yoga and all that stuff. I can't stretch, so let alone if I would do yoga. I had a lot of female friends that were into it though. I'm already pretty flexible for myself, so I don't see the need of doing yoga. I tried meditation when I was younger, because when I was doing sports a lot, I had... my head is always racing, right? Like, my head is like a Japanese bullet train all the time. So my coach was like, maybe you should try meditation. And I gave it like an honest try, alright? An honest try for about 3 weeks. 3 antagonizing weeks. And at one hand it's nice, but I don't like sitting in one like space. I do it when I go hiking or something. Then I like sitting on like a hill with a nice view and enjoy the view, even in silence or something. But if you just sit in your room or like in your bedroom or any room, right, and you try to close your eyes and not think of anything, that doesn't work for me. I start noticing everything around me. I just can't, I can't turn it down. I go mental. I'm gonna go lurk a bit. I gotta finish this Overwatch competitive drive, so good luck with stream. Good luck on your matches. Good luck. And thank you for lurking. Yeah. I mean, I would say I have a pretty good mental of like, when shit goes down, I know how to compartmentalize, put it all in a box and be like, all these emotions I'm feeling right now, they're not important right now. Yeah. So I'm really good at that. But if there's nothing going on, that I can't sit in silence, man. No. I need to have something to do, something to think. Yeah. Like, I'm also pretty solid with wait, hold on. Give me a moment. Oh. Oh. I see. Oh no. Hold on. Why is my mouth so weird? Not this again! Fine, we'll keep it for now. It's whatever. Got the cat face going on? Yeah. Hey, welcome in, artist. Yeah. It's because I turned V-Bridger on. Darn it, where is this? It's Mouth X, I think. Oh, it's... Ah, I see, I see. It's kind of cute. Shall we keep it? It's because my mouth is pretty tiny, so the V-Bridger thinks I'm like pinching my lips together. We're just gonna be looking quite smug the whole time. I'm gonna look like a bunny though, guys. We'll keep it. It's whatever. I kinda wanna adjust the parameters a tiny bit. It should be around here, maybe. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, we still have the face a tiny bit. Yeah, this one should be 9 or something. Okay. This looks more normal. Don't look at my weird mouth movements, alright? Okay, we'll keep it because, to be honest, it's kinda... It's kinda... Mr. Mole Potato has it a lot in all their models, so I kinda wanna keep it. And if chat thinks it's cute, we'll keep it. Yeah. I forgot to connect Vbridger the other day. You were doing so good with all the stuff. You know, cause like, whenever you set your phone up, you need to connect your phone to Vbridger, but also connect your phone to VTube Studio. But then also Vbridger needs to be connected to VTube Studio, but also you need to actually connect it to VTube Studio. Which I forgot. Yeah. It is connected now though. Someday we will learn all the huzzah! Yeah. Wait, we do have the huzzah emote, I think. Yeah, wait, huzzah! I mean, it is a bit fitting. I do make this mouth a lot in real life. Well, it comes across more smug than cute, I think. Like, you can see I pull up one side of my mouth a lot. It's just a thing I do. So yeah. There we go. There we go. No. There we go. Oh, I see. This should be better. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. It feels so smooth now. Yeah. Huzzah! Alright. My coffee is starting to kick in, I notice. I can't wait to see if when Lanka is starting on the model. Guys, I have news. Although I kinda... Well, we started talking about it anyways. I don't want to jinx it though. Because after the whole thing with San, yeah. I'm still bummed up about that. I mean, in the end, it worked out. Oh well, like, how to say it? I only got emotional damage from it. Maybe that is a better way to say it. And we can handle emotional damage and being disappointed, even though it's shitty, right? But I did stumble upon a new artist for a model. Good at it. It will be more anime-ish though. Even though I said I always wanted the more comic style or such, but yeah, we'll see. I do really like their style. Maybe it'll fit better as well with the channel and the content. Like, I think it will be a lot like this model. Well, not large eyes though. It will be more mature model. As if this is like the child model and then we have the mommy model, I guess. Oh god. Why am I naming it that? Oh. I have a lot of mommy enjoyers in my chat, I think, right? I mean, I'm a mommy enjoyer as well, so don't get me wrong, but yeah. I guess it fits the content because I do read stories to chat and such, right? But I don't want to have a bunch of adopted children in chat. You do need to be a responsible adult, alright? Or at least try. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna be your actual mom. Hell no. Yeah. I suppose it's a hard how do you say that? It's a hard balance to manage, right? Where your chat comes to you and I like hearing about all your day and everything. So in some way you are kind of sharing your life with me, right? And we're talking about things a lot. But I'm also not like a licensed therapist or anything. So any of the advice that I give you, like you can't take that as like the end all be all, right? you still gotta think for yourself, chat. Yeah? Shall we make that? Shall we make that deal? That whatever I say in here, you still gotta think for yourself, right? I'm not some omnipresent streamer. I don't wanna be. That's why I always said, like, I want people to come into the stream and kind of have a feeling as if they're entering a living room and just hanging out on the couch. Because that's most of the vibe that I miss online. You know, I grew up back in my day. I grew up with like a lot of like visiting friends, playing games on the couch with them, right? And just whenever we had a birthday of like a parent's birthday, like friends of my parents, and then we got dragged to the birthday, and then we need to spend time at like the kid corner or stuff like that, right? We always had like an Xbox or a PlayStation or a GameCube or whatever. And we would just play games. And the parents were great with that because the parents could drink and they didn't need to like really worry for whatever the fuck we were up to. So I grew up with that type of hanging out. Like even if I wasn't the kid that was seeking out friendships or stuff like that, you kinda in adjacent to being pulled towards places with where your parents were going. I always try to like at least hang out a bit. I did have where, like, I'm going to be honest, chat. I was that silent kid in the corner a lot. And it is that my mom was like, no, you can't take your books with you to the birthday. That I needed to somewhat interact with all the children, right? But yeah. Otherwise, I would probably be like the kid that would go to sit somewhere on a chair in a corner reading the book or something. Yeah. Because I do that a lot at home. I'm an only child, but my parents are very, very lucky with the fact that I'm totally fine with being on my own. Because my parents, they never entertained me. They were always doing their own shit. Like they didn't do much parenting. Yeah. So books were my friends. And they still are. I love just jumping into the mystery world of books. Yeah. But I gotta be honest though, like, later on gaming in life, when I say later on, I mean like when I was 17, 18, and then later on when I was 26 and older, because I had like in between margin where I didn't really play much games and I was forced to go to university. So yeah, in between those time, I did meet like a lot of friends online, and I still have a lot of friends that I met online. And now, when I'm streaming, it's like it's all happening again, because I do try to hang out in other communities, even though sometimes that's a bit rough, because I don't have all the world and energy. I don't have all the energy and time in the world either, right? So sometimes I need to choose to go to bed early, or have a nap, or just take it easy that day, even though I want to hang out with other people. It's really hard to quantify, I feel. Like, I feel like an extrovert because I like hanging out with people. I know, right? It's abysmal. How could you? But I don't have all the energy for it. I get really tired of social interaction, yet I want to have social interaction. It's such a juxtaposition. You can be a social introvert? Oh, is that a thing? Yeah. I suppose I'm that then. Yeah, because I like hearing about other people's lives. Right? I like to be that fly on the wall. And then inevitably that fly starts yapping, because I just yap. You can't stop the yap. But yeah, I like hanging around in a lot of different communities, and when I am in a lot of different communities, yep, welcome in, gambler. Then I also found like a lot of new fun people to hang out with during like my streaming, right? So that's really nice, because I don't like leaving my house. Yeah. So this is nice. But yeah, that's kind of what, like, find something you enjoy, and then try to find people within that thing, right? Before the ye old days of the interwebs, we would just go like have hobbies and hang out at the town square or something. Yeah. I mean, when I was like 15, 16, I did hang out a lot outside in the city, and we had like a really big community with a lot of big, like, different types of people. I told you, Chad, that I was like an alternative gothic type of peer person, right? So no wonder 1950s was a different time. God damn you. Yes, it was. We went to the market, and then on the market we would talk with all the older housewives that were allowed to leave their houses during the market times. And we would talk about our housemaids and what they were up to. Yeah, truly different times. Yeah, it was the time where we just like transitioned from being chaperoned to being unchaperoned. Fuck you. Hmm. Man, it's wild to think that that is like 100-year difference, or not even 100 years, right? It's like, I think 80 years or something, where, or at least like in England and in Europe, it was pretty normal, where you would need like family member or at least not a man to chaperone you to certain places. I mean, in some places of the world, it still functions like this, right? I think... I'm not 100% sure, but I know in certain cases in Saudi, it still works like that, where you need to have like a male family member when you go to like the government for official things and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. What to say about it? Like, if you think where it comes from, it makes sense, right? Because it was for safety reasons, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, can you just not be an asshole? I mean, I know we don't really talk much politics on my channel, but I do think the whole suffrage movement and early first and second wave feminists, right? Let me put it like that, because what it has become now is like, what the fuck? I find it interesting because you had like a bunch of women, and also men actually, sitting together around the table, and they were like, okay, but if we remove your evening clock, because way back in the day, woman needed to be inside at a certain like evening clock. You know, I don't know if you had it, but we have as kids, we had like when the sun goes down and the street pole lights went on, we needed to go home. That was like our timer, where it was like, oh shit. Curfew? Yeah, thank you. That word, yeah. So further back, you had curfew for women, right? And so they needed to be at home at a certain time because quote-unquote safety and all that. And then when we had like the second wave of feminists and stuff like that, they were to sit around a table and they were like, we don't want the curfew anymore. And then the other party was like, okay, we could do that, but then you need to realize the possible risks that come with that, right? And they were like, okay, we'll take those risks. So it was an equal exchange in that way, right? So I find it very fascinating that we went from fully chaperoned by a male or a family member. You couldn't even, like, I love Bridgerton. I know Bridgerton is a bit like iffy because it's not fully true to how it was, right? But in the general sense, it's a good image of how it was back in the day, where you couldn't even, if you were at a party or something, you couldn't even go in a separate room as a woman by yourself without a male chaperone or family member chaperone, because if they would find you unchaperoned with of the opposite gender, that would be like such a moment that that person pretty much quote-unquote defiled you or needed to marry you. Otherwise it was like everyone would be in shambles. It's so funny. It's so fascinating to see as human beings what we did and where we came from. Yeah. Like, I'm very much a homebody. If I don't need to leave my house, I will not leave my house. Even most of my groceries I get sent home. Only if I need like very specific things or like flowers or stuff like that, I need to get out of the house, and then I'm like, oh no, do I really need to? But yeah, if I can, I would just like send everything to my freaking house. Like, my mom needed something from the store, one of the stores that is pretty close by where I live. So the last time she came over, she was like, oh, let's go to this and this store because I need something. And I'm like, okay. So we went there. Of course, she takes like fucking 500 years. She comes for one thing and she buys like half of the store. She's that type of woman. Meanwhile, I'm like efficient, and I'm like, this is the thing I have on my list. I go in, I buy the thing on my list, I go out. I've always been this way. I can't just shop for the sake of shopping. And everything that I see where I find it somewhat interesting, I'll be like, do I really need this? Don't think so. So yeah. But yeah, we went there, and Mom was like, oh, didn't you need a mirror in the bathroom? A new one? And I was like, yeah, I suppose. Cause like, these are quite nice. I'm like, yeah, I suppose they are quite alright. The price is also quite alright. My brain being, I didn't come here for mirror. So I got the mirror, and Mom was like, do you like the border it has? I was like, well, it could be nicer, but when is the next time I get to this store? It will be like August or something, or September. So I'll just take it, whatever. My mom literally looked at me going like, and I'm like, yeah, what do you want? Like, you know it's true. Like, I don't hide the fact I'm a fucking hermit. Yeah, my mom is like, but you need to go outside. And I'm like, no, I don't need to. Why would I need to? Don't you need to get groceries? I can order groceries. Yeah, but what if you want something special? Then where I order them, they have what I want. She's trying to get me out of the house so badly. I don't know. I think it's just old mentality, where if you stay cooped up in your house too much, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Maybe my mom is like, we fought for this right. Why are you not going outside? Imagine. Now, I think she's just confused, because when I was a kid, until like my 17 or something, I went outside a lot, and I spent a lot of time outside. I did have curfew, but I just never cared for my curfew. Yeah. I was that type of kid. I mean, I did apologize to my parents later on when I was older for like, I'm so sorry I gave you so much like worries and headaches. Because I would just stay out till 3 a.m. or something. And my mom tried really hard to be like, at least send us a text message. And I would always forget. Yeah. As a parent, that must be hell to have like such a child. But then again, like the streets were different back then. Like now when it is dark, I would never go outside now after like 12 or something, because I just don't feel safe. Which I think is like, it's a weird thing to say, right? Well, when I was like 16, 18, something around that time, right? I wouldn't think twice to stay out longer. It would be totally fine. And I never ran into a lot of trouble. Sure, we had like some weird guy being drunk shouting after you or something, because I lived in a big city. But we always had other people around that would look out for you. And now if shit happens, people don't help you out anymore. Because they don't wanna, well, they don't wanna get stabbed, but they don't wanna get into the issue. And I don't blame them, because if I hear some shit outdoors as well, which is like weird noises or people screaming or whatever, I close the door as well. And I'll be like, nope, not my issue. So yeah, I can understand it in some way. But it's kind of weird how selfish the world has become, right? And then here in my country, we have the issue of like a lot of mixed IDs not matching. I should put it like that. I won't get any further in it because it's like really boring, and any country has issues, right? But yeah, it is concerning. Let me just put it like that. It is concerning. Yes. I do think that it is better to leave your PC and also ignore social media these days. This is why I hardly have any social media, because it's just not worth it, right? It's like I don't know, I feel like when I'm on social media, personally, when I browse social media, I always feel less happy after it. And it's kind of, I try to only keep browsing like animal videos and the nice stuff, right? But you just can't happen, like you struggle upon shit, people being awful. So yeah. Kitori! Hello. How you doing? What is it? It is Friday. You are co-working. How's your co-working going? Guys, if you want to be productive, or pretend to be productive, and listen to really nice music, and have a happy chatting doggo in your breaks, go follow Kitori. They do co-working. I'm so EP. Oh no. Thank you. Yeah. I must admit, I hang out in your stream a lot for like the background music. You always have such good background music. It's not that I'm being productive, but you know, it's the thought that matters. Sure. Why you EP though? Did you not sleep okay? Oh, is Kitri just tuning weird dreams? Oh no! You want to share them, or you're like, no, that they're silly. I always searched up what my dreams could mean when I was younger. They're too weird to try to explain. I often try and fail. Yeah. I do think dreams are fascinating, don't you think? Like, why do we dream? It's like it's the brain processing the leftover whatever is stuck in your head, right? And then you go sleep. But sometimes I truly wonder, like, why the hell do we dream? When I was younger, because I don't really dream anymore these days, but when I was younger, I had very vivid dreams, and I could pretty much control my dreams, right? So I could not control what I was dreaming of, but I could decide what to do in the dream. So yeah. Nowadays, if I dream, it's not nice. So yeah, I'd rather not dream. I did like most of the dreams that I had back in the day. I still remember one of the super vivid dreams that I had was there was like this skyscraper project. And I know this is due to me watching way too much National Geographic. And the fact that I like mathematics way too much. But there was like, I recall being like way high up in the sky, sitting on the side of an like half-built skyscraper with like the building plans in my hand and talking to someone. I can never see the faces of the people that I dream about. And just talking through the plans of the building. In my head, I'm like, how do I know this shit? Like, I didn't study engineering. Let alone, like, I don't know foundational powers and stuff like that, because I did study that in orthopedics and prosthetics, but that was way later in my life than this dream. So it's kind of funny how things you pick up from like television and stuff like that, and it just kind of nestles in your brain. And then later on you start dreaming about it, right? But I recall the view being so pretty, sitting on top of this probably like really unsafe structure. But yeah, it's just a dream. Chat, do you have like, if you have what they call it, lucid dreams, right? Yeah. You ever had lucid dreams? And if you had, did you ever jump off high things in your lucid dream? I often only did it to wake up, but yeah, it was one of those things. Or if I had a lucid dream where I would like, there would be a pool or something like that, I tried to stay underwater really long. That and lucid nightmares would not recommend. Yeah, I had lucid nightmares as well. And nowadays, when I dream, I only have like the traumatic dreams, right? Because PTSD. But yeah, lucid nightmares were kind of horrible as well. This is why I avoid horror stuff. Because I remember when I read horror, I like horror books though, and thrillers, but when I read horror books or play a horror game or stuff like that, I would always have like scary dreams as well. Yeah. So that's not great. I can still recall one of the dreams that I had a recurring bad dream when I was younger. It was about like walking up this big like old castle, and imagine like a Castlevania type of castle, right? I would go through the gate and come into the room, and I can still recall all this shit. And you had like a big foyer entry, the classic one with the 2 stairs at the side going upwards, right? With like a big part where you can stand looking down. But I recall that big open space, the hall stuff, it had like a bunch of people in it that have the robes, and I couldn't see their faces. And on the sides of the wall, sometimes it was like green light and sometimes it was red light, depending like when I had the dream, I guess. But they had like these candelabras. What do you call that? Like the light thingies on the wall where you put candles in, right? But they had like either dark green or a really dark red light. Like the flame would be just ominous. And I would walk up to one of the single robed people, and they would grab my wrist, and they would like tear my wrist from elbow to wrist with like a sharp object. And the pain felt real. Like, what is up with that? Out of all the things that your brain is like, oh no, let's have a restful sleep. No, I'm gonna be stuck in this stupid dream or nightmare, however you want to put it, and experience horror. Like, can we not? Why can't I have the other dream that I sometimes had, where I just had a nice stroll through the flower fields? Why can't I just have that every time? I really wonder how my brain sometimes functioned. Yeah. The brain is a fascinating thing. It's so crazy. If you start like reading up on the brain, we know so little of it. Like, we know a lot, but at the same time, we have absolutely no idea. And if you start thinking about what the brain is, you're like, oh. Like, what is it even all capable of? Yeah, it's insane. Like, I'm a big contributor to like the Alzheimer charity and stuff like that. I always donate because my grandfather died to Alzheimer's, and my grandma had really bad dementia as well. So I always find it important for all the little money that I can save. I'll just send it to them, right? So they can do more research and stuff like that. And sometimes I get like a nice bracelet or a keychain or whatever. Mostly I just give them away to my parents, or I have some on my bag as well. So yeah, but I do think research towards the brain in like any capacity is really important. Yeah. Because we know so little. Like, it's the same when I think back to like my shitty teenage years. And I had like, due to things that happened in my life, I had like really bad dissociation. And so bad that days that I went to school, I would dissociate from my body and just look from above and see myself living my day because I would be so out of it. And it's really interesting how your brain tries to protect you from harmful things by fully pushing you out of this shitty situation, right? It's crazy. But it's the same with like autism. We still kind of don't know where autism comes from, or is it like hereditary? Do you get it from your parents or previous family members, or is it due to like how you grow up, trauma from when you're younger, or is it just like a weird gene in your head? Something, right? Is it because you eat peanuts when you were younger? Like, we don't know. So yeah, it's crazy, just the weird things we can have in our head. And even if I think about positive things, right? Of like the things we like look at me. I love reading books. Like I think everyone in chat knows I love reading books and I love reading you guys stories and stuff like that. I like reading in general, but both my parents, they don't like reading at all. My grandma loved reading. My mom doesn't like reading at all. My dad likes reading, but he's dyslexic, so that's a bit rough. I tried giving him some books that were interesting with a subject he would like, but then it's kind of like it's too hard to read for him. And I don't know if we have dyslexic specific books in the Netherlands, to be honest. I know when I did my final exams and stuff a long time ago, we did have that you could ask for the test in like bigger letters, bigger font, or more spaced out for... What the hell? For dyslexic people? So yeah, I don't know if we actually have books for that. I did hear from friends that are also dyslexic that if you have bigger margins on the sides and the top and bottom in a book, it makes it easier to read, which I find really fascinating, because I never thought about the margins making a big difference. Like, I don't mind if I have big margins or small margins, but apparently it does make a difference. Yeah. I do know that Comic Sans, you know, the font that we all make fun of, that it is like so silly and everything, is a font that is made so it was easy to read in comics and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why it is used so much, because it does read nicely. Maybe we should just print books in Comic Sans. Maybe that would work for my father. I'll be like, here Dad, have one of your like favorite stories in Comic Sans. I wonder if that works. I should test it out. Yeah. Father's Day is coming up, guys. I'm just giving you the heads up. Not the comic subs, yeah. And then with extra big Martians on the side as well. Maybe it double up, right? Wait, when was... Wait, you have... There's like a National Father's Day and for us, right? Yeah, so the 21st is... Wait, is it this? Oh no, the upcoming weekend is Belgium. Why the fuck is Belgium in my calendar? But the 21st is Father's Day. Wait, when is Global Father's Day? Do we have a Global Father's Day? Or is it every country for themselves? Because some countries don't even celebrate Father's Day, right? When is Father's Day? Oh, 21st of June. Alright, alright. We're a week early, but I tell you now, Chad, you can start searching for a gift. You still have time? Is it the 21st in... Oh, 3rd Sunday of June. Alright. Is it always 3rd Sunday? Because I know Mother's Day is like 2nd Sunday of May? Is it May? Yeah, right? I'm not good with these things, as you can see. It is that my calendar automatically is like, hey, you know, important day coming up. And listen, chat, it took upon my 24th or something for me to learn my parents' birthday. I still forget my own birthday, alright? Like, it is that my mom calls me, happy birthday! And I'm like, oh, it's that day of the year. Whenever I get asked my age by like an official, for like official document or something, I need to start counting backwards, because then I'm like, which year are we? And they look at me going like, are you truly? I've never forgotten my mom's birthday. Oh, it's the same as mine. Oh, so your mom got like the best birthday present when you got born. That's kind of cute. You're like popped out of there and we're like, happy birthday, mom. Most annoying birthday present? You know, you might be a menace, but you're your mom's menace, right? That's how I feel about my chat as well. You guys might be annoying sometimes, but you're my annoying. Or maybe if your birth was really rough, then your mom was like, oh god. I was like right after midnight. I think it was like 6 in the morning or something. Something like that. I remember. It's, yeah. Right after midnight. It was like you're waiting. You're like in the womb booing like, no, 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 no. We need to wait a tiny bit more. It's not the day yet. I wanted to say happy birthday, clearly. Yes. Popping out there going, I didn't want to cry. And I had, what is it? What do you call the birthing string in English? Umbilical cord, right? Yeah, I had the umbilical cord wrapped around me twice and I was blue. So clearly from there on, it was already like a lost cause. Yeah. I did too many like barrel rolls in the womb, I think. And then strangled myself. They like unwrapped me and then I didn't want to cry. But my mom loves to talk. I recall when I was younger and I was forced to go to birthdays, you always have the old ladies sitting together. I can't say this now because I'm an old lady myself now, but at least I don't have children. They would always sit together and sip on whatever alcohol they had. And somewhere along the line, you just have them deviate into birthing stories. And when I was forced to like sit near my mom or whatever, she would love to tell that I would just not cry. I mean, I guess it came back with a vengeance, because whenever I watch a movie, I'm tearing up, man, at this shittiest fucking thing. Like, what was it? Oh, yesterday I was watching the Destiny 2 cutscene, the last, or quote-unquote last, but kind of like the penultimate cutscene with Zavala, where in some way the developers also thank you for being with them along like the whole ride of the game and everything like that, right? But just the VA did such a good job with like a nice pauses, and the music was really good, that I was like, fuck, man, it's really coming to an end. It's so horrible. I tear up about the most simplest fucking things these days. Well, when I was younger, I would not let it tear. So yeah. I'd like, when I was watching Project Hail Mary, I also teared up. Like when I was younger, I hated romance movies or romance anime or whatever, because I was like never like really relating to it, or I was like, it's so dumb, can they confess already? But nowadays I'm watching it and I'm like, oh god, he cares so much for her. It's so dumb. I have another movie on my watch list that will probably absolutely wreck me. What is it called again? Hold on, let me check. Where is it? Oh no, I clicked something that I shouldn't. Hello?
I know, but...
Okay, there we go. My file explorer crashed. Why is it doing this? Ah, fuck it. Hydrate. I don't have a drink anymore, so I need to grab another drink. Hold on. My file explorer is crashing because it's trying to connect to the Apple phone. Can you not? This is why I don't want any Apple products. They only make issues. Old woman yelling at clouds. Oh yeah, Kimi to Namini no Retara. Ride your wave. Yeah, ride your wave. That's what it is. Let me search it up so I can link it. Don't tell me anything if you've actually seen it. But yeah. It's also supposed to be like a really emotional movie. I should just sit down tonight and watch it. Because it's not a really long movie. Alright, let me grab something to drink. Yes. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I heard good things about that one, but didn't look into it too much. Yeah. Hello, Earring Spider. I wanna enlist in the Navy Reserves next week. I mean, if you wanna... I said last time as well, if you wanna enlist, just go do it. Like, you don't need to keep me updated. I gotta wait a week, then yeah. Then wait a week. Like, do whatever makes you happy in life, as long as you're not hurting other people, right? Oh yeah. We got some carrot, pineapple, apple juice or whatever it is. They label it as vitamin drink and I'm totally fine with it. Whatever it is. What you like to drink, Chen? My favorite drink is actually... Oh shit, I forgot! I wanted to put that with my groceries. Can I still add stuff? Hold on. Oh, I can. Hold on. Ah! Why is this so expensive? Why do I need to have expensive tasting drinks? God damn it. I like, what is it called? Blackberry. Is it blackberry juice? I think it is. Sparkling blackberry juice. We call it cassis. I don't know if you guys have it in across the big ocean. Let me. What the frick? Why? Why is this so expensive? Why is soda so expensive? I hardly drink any soda. Dang it. Okay. I could still add stuff to my order. Yay! Thank you, chat, for reminding me what I actually wanted to order. I really need to make a list normally. I should get in the habit of making grocery lists, but I feel whenever I make a grocery list, chat, I feel my age. Does that make any sense? And I most of the time I don't have my phone on me either. So then I walk through the house and I'm like, oh yeah, that's running out now. I'll buy that next time. But then I forget to write it down and I forget it. And the same thing happens whenever the next time comes around. When I want that thing, I'm like, oh, we're out. Struggle of living alone, I guess. I do have like a little storage though, because I buy things in bulk. Okay, listen, I'm not as crazy as those ladies with the coupons, okay? I'm not a coupon hoarder or stuff like that. I do like to get as much discount as I get, but that's just a national thing, I feel, because we Dutch people, we love our sales, alright? But I'm not like a crazy coupon lady. And my storage isn't like a whole garage, alright? It's like 2 shelves, alright? Coupon! Oh, welcoming Kitori. How's your co-working going? Oh wait, I asked that. I asked that you were EP. Yes. But maybe you should just like walk a bit on the walking pad, Kitori. Mark clips, coupons, and sales shops. I've learned the ways. But you guys in America have like a lot of coupons, right? We hardly have coupons here. We just have sales. But when things like paper towels and laundry detergent and stuff is on sale, I buy a bunch of it. Yeah. Or like toilet paper. Toilet paper is the worst, man. If you buy toilet paper not on sale, you're robbing yourself. You're like literally wiping your ass with bills. Know how expensive toilet paper is? Crazy. I see, bro, bet. So you're like, you go to the store and then you're like, I have my coupons. You whip out like a whole stack. We buy a huge box online and it lasts us months. Oh, yeah. I do know that for my for the people that love drinking Monster and stuff like that, I'm not an energy person, energy drink person. But I do know that it is cheaper to buy online most of the times, yeah. They're mostly digital nowadays. Oh, so you whip out your phone and you're like, look at this. And you like pull your finger over it and it's like, oh, coupons. It's from a company called Who Gives a Crap? Damn. Now that's a solid name. That's a solid name. Yeah. You know, I always said to myself that if I ever open a restaurant, I would call it like, it's whatever is fine, or I don't mind, or any what like your friends say you when you ask what do you want to eat, and they go like, whatever is okay. Whatever is fine. I'm in for anything. I would just literally call that the restaurant that. So, you know, then I get so annoyed when people are like that. That's like not an option, bro. Give me options. Give me like, I'm feeling Chinese or I'm feeling like Italian. If you give me more options, that's fine, right? But at least narrow it down. It's kind of cool. Just gotta punch in your number at the register. Oh, and you can just add all the coupons to your account or something like that? Yeah, oh, nice. Nice. We still need to have all like the different fucking apps of every grocery shop to see whatever is on sale. Like I saw someone was making a compilation app that pulls from all those apps to see what is on sale and where. I sent it to my mom because she actually goes grocery shopping, and I was like, here. You can even add things to your wish list. I just order always at the same company, because how the company works is you add groceries to your list, and they also have like sales on their own stuff. But they go past all the grocery shops for you and then deliver it at your door, right? So it's like an in-between person that does the shopping for you. Which suits me perfectly. The more I can stay inside, the better. They're like slightly more expensive, but I always like buy whatever they have in sale. Like tomorrow as well. Tomorrow they come by and I have like beanie. You know beanie? It's like broccoli and asparagus? Asparagus? Is that how you say it in English? Anyway, those two vegetables have like a child, and it's so delicious. Holy hell. But it's normally pretty expensive. It was on sale though. So I get that. I put it in the oven to toast them. With like some sesame seeds. And I make like Greek rice or like tomato rice if you want, with spices in it, and burrata cheese. I put like I have like tomato rice, the bimi, and burrata cheese, and oh, it's so good. It's like a really easy comfort food because you just make like a pan with tomato sauce and spices in it that you like, and then you toss twice as much water with it, and you throw the rice in. Or I would sometimes also use, God, what is that? It's like pasta that is shaped like rice. Oh, what you call it? But it's kind of it's the same system, anyways. Pasta that looks like rice. Tell me, Google. Also, no, not quinoa. Quinoa is grain. No, it's orzo. Or orzo. Everything with an R, man. It's you write it like this. Hold on. Orzo. There we go. And you kind of just make it like pasta. But I love putting like the tomatoes or like tomato paste and spices in the water. So then it just becomes its own like tomato-y goodness. And then you get burrata cheese, which is a ball of cheese that kind of looks like mozzarella. But then when you open it up, it's all gooey. It's so good. It's so good, Chad. If you never had it, try it out. Don't do it if you're lactose intolerant, though. Then don't listen to me. And then I put like the bimi together with that. It's so nice. It's really simple and really nice. Yeah. Last time I missed... Last time I forgot how much orzo I normally use for myself. And I used the whole package, which was, by the way, double what I normally use for myself. So I had enough orzo for an orphanage. And I just ate orzo for 4 days. Because I don't want to waste food either. And the thing with like pasta is like, I'm not really a fan of putting pasta in the freezer, right? So yeah. Like I threw it in the pan, and once I threw it, it was like in the boiling water with tomato paste already and everything. I looked at it and I was like, that can't be right. But it was in there already. Can't really go back now. So once in a while I stirred, and then it becomes like bigger, right? Because it's pasta. But the more it grew, I was like, no, this isn't correct. I only make that mistake once, I think. Yeah. I sometimes do this with spaghetti as well. I'm the worst. I should just buy one of those, like... I mean, my weighing scale. I hate scale. My weighing scale is out of battery. But I hate using a scale. It would totally fix this issue, though. You even have, like, the things where you can, like, hold your finger in a circle. And then you use that amount of measurement for spaghetti or something like that, right? But I do it on vibes. And I always end up with way too much pasta. I love pasta, so it's fine, but... I'm too stubborn to pull out the weighing scale or have any of those things. Like, Whenever the recipe says, oh, a cup of this or a tablespoon of this, I'm just like shaking the fucking shit and being like, yeah, this will do. I mean, I've been cooking my whole life, alright? So if you're hardly cooking your life, don't do like I do. Please just follow the instructions and the amount it says. Oh, Chad, I remember a story. I'm sorry. I'm recalling it. I'm remembering a story. One time I made, oh god, what was it? Like curry, Thai curry. But instead of getting green peppers, I picked the small green peppers, you know, Madame Jeanette peppers. I put like a bunch of them would normally set on the recipe to put the normal green peppers in. I put like that amount of Madame Jeanette peppers in. That food was not edible. I took like one bite to taste, bro. Ow, and bro. My father was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And my mom was standing at the side going like... She was like, I ain't trying that. My dad took a bite and he was like... Yeah, it's spicy. And my dad never ate spicy. Little peppers pack a punch. Yeah, like you guys. Yeah, the smaller the pepper, the more deadly. Yeah. Be very aware that you can't just like swap out pepper. Yeah, I think I was like 14 or something. I did like grocery shopping. It was like my first Thai curry that I tried to make from scratch. And I was like, oh, yeah, these will do. They're green as well. Oh, God. Yeah, never again. I'm alright with spicy stuff, but I'm not like a massive spice fan. We talked about this like last time, right? I like Sichuan mouth-numbing type of like thing, but I don't like to be drooling. If you have like normal pepper, then I just start like drooling out of my mouth and my nose and half crying if it's bad. But I like to taste my food still. Yeah. If I want to suffer a bit, I'll just like get the original Chinese Sichuan, like a spicy mapo tofu or stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, oh, I recall. Okay, hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm one of those horrible people that whenever I recall a story, I start laughing already without telling the story. I'm so sorry, Chad. I recall the first time I tried, what are those noodles? Those noodles that everyone loved that are like spicy. Bulldog? Yeah. I recall I always make like 2 packs of noodles, right? If I have instant noodles. And I recall using the full bulldog double on my noodles. What can go wrong, right? And I don't like to waste food, alright? So I doubled down. I ate the noodles and I was like, oh no. Oh no. I was like, this ain't too bad, I guess. And then the thing with like the bulldog like hot flavor is that you eat it And then if you swallow it the first time, you're like, okay, this is not too bad. But it comes back with a vengeance. Yeah. So, so I kept like eating, and after a few bites, it was like, no, what have I done to myself? But I ain't gonna throw away food, right? So, so I suffered through the whole meal. Oh, don't do as I do, Chan. Yeah. Don't use the whole package. Especially, yeah, it sneaks up on ya. Yeah, it sneaks up on you so bad. Oh. Oh man. Yeah, it's something. I like to combine whenever I'm like baking, like cakes or something like that. I like to combine recipes that I already know together with like when I make a simple cake. I'm like, oh, I still have like some chocolate sprinkles in the house. Let me just toss like a whole row in between, so it has like a gooey, chocolatey middle part. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it's not so well. Like today I made gyoza. And I forgot about the gyoza for a moment. Just a moment. Alright. Some of my gyoza was a bit dark. Oh. It's fine, it's only food for me. It still tasted like gyoza, don't look at me like that. Maybe with a little bit of burn. A little bit of burn. Yeah. I caught it in time because I started hearing the flat sizzle. I don't know if you know this, but it is Luna VT, yes. Hello, welcome in, Etran. It is I. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So when you make gyoza, or at least I do it, right? I put the gyoza in the pan when it like fries a bit, because I like it crispy. And then to make sure that everything is cooked well inside, I throw some water in so it starts steaming. I don't have like a steaming basket. I should kind of get a steaming basket, but it's such a setup and such a hassle. But I do love my dumplings, so maybe I should invest in it. So I threw in water, and then the sound that you hear from the frying pan when there's water in it, it's like a bit of a gurgling noise, and then when the water is evaporated, it goes back to sizzling, right? Or, well, somewhat sizzling because the oil doesn't fully go back on the surface of the pan. So I started to hear like you have a difference in sizzling of just how to say it. But you should listen to it next time you try to fry something. You have a difference of soft food product sizzling and becoming crispier, and you have the sound of something that is starting to get burnt. It's like a more sharp type of crispy, because it's becoming like burnt, right? And burn particle on food is more like hard. So I started to hear that difference because I was busy with something else, a room further. Yeah, I should not do like things in between cooking. But I sometimes when it really goes wrong, you can smell it, right? But I had the lid on, so even if it was like getting fully burned and it was smoking, what? I mean, if it starts smoking, you're really too late. Okay, you're like 5 stations too far. But I started to hear like the higher, more crispy sizzle, and then I was like, uh oh. I ran really quickly back to the kitchen and I shook the pan and then the gyoza flipped over and it was kind of, yeah, a good amount of brown. Yeah. I had like really crispy gyoza. I like some char on my dumplings, even gyoza. Yeah, me too. But I don't need them to be scorched in hell. Yeah, true. I would say that they were a bit too crispy. If I would be like if I was like judging my own gyoza, it was too crispy, but yeah. I like crisp dumplings so much that when I make gyoza, I flip them another like side to the folded side, you know? To also kind of try to crisp up that part a tiny bit as well before I get them out of the pan. Yeah. I like my food to have multiple different mouthfeels, right? Like my father is the champion of mashing everything together, which I know is a national dish, but I can't, man. If everything is mush, it's just not nice. There needs to be like some kind of like different textures to it, right? The same when you like fry meat or something. You want like a nice crispy little tougher outside to like the melting goodness that is on the inside. Yeah. Yeah. Same with pasta, right? You should not absolutely kill your pasta where it just becomes like this soft ball of, if you leave it to be a tiny bit, it's just gonna stick together and become this whole pasta monster. You want a little chewy on the inside, so it retains its shape as well. My mom is a horrible cook. That's probably why I actually got so invested in cooking, because she, oh bro, like, oh, if we had long beans, she would cook the ever living shit out of them. I'm like, Mom, you just need to cook them for like 6 minutes or something. And Mom was like, no, these are going for 16. Alright. There's probably more vitamins and everything in the water you throw out at the end than what retains in the fucking beans then. Yeah. I like my vegetables really, really crispy, almost stir-fried as well. I think that's just the trauma of how Mom cooked everything. Because it hardly has any flavor then. I don't understand it. She does the same with broccoli and with cauliflower. Like, how the frick? Eva! Welcome in. Yeah. Who are you? Who am I? I am Soluna. Or Miss Nana. Why? I'm not doing anything weird, right? Where's the pepper bird? You can redeem the pepper bird if you want to see Pepper Luna. Bird Luna, I guess. Oh, because with the with the Dragon Quest last time you came in when I was the pepper bird. Yeah. I did. I can swap to the pepper bird. Well, keeping bird in cage hostage for redeems. Yeah, well, okay. I'll give you burp for a tiny bit. You happy now? Yeah? You happy? We're burping. Yeah? Here is your wobbly bird. I am here. We do the burp jiggle. And one of you, Chan. Yeah. Me see a birdie, me happy. Okay. That's it. Man, I wish I was this easy to make happy. I mean, to be honest, I look kinda cute, don't touch up. Look, have a lovely stream, Burpee Choo-Choo. Thank you for the lurk, Adran. Have a good day with whatever you're doing. If you're labbing, good luck on the combos. I can't do the storytelling this way though, Ava. I mean, I can, but I don't think it's gonna work out. Question for the birdie. Yes, you may ask question. What is your question? I'm also in the lurk. Hey, broker! Enjoy your lurk. And suddenly I hear combos. Oh, you're gonna play Elsie? Why you always poop on me car? That isn't me. You have no proof? That's not me. No. No. Guilty? I don't shit on anyone's car, listen. I mean, it's kinda your own fault, you know? Your car is so nice and clean. It just needs a little poop to give it character. Yeah? Yeah. I'm playing another game right now. Those who know— No! Did you reinstall? Did you give in? Did you Did the peer pressure got to you? Oh no. I don't have my Steam open, otherwise I would be like looking over my friend list right now. No, check Discord. Okay, hold on. Where the fuck are you? Oh my god, no! I don't know what's worse. I don't know if Destiny 2 is worse or League of Legends. Huh. But I'm judging you. I'm judging you. I'm judging. I see you playing your aim games. Yes. League is much worse, Emo. I don't know. I don't know. I think if you play League with friends, it's... I don't know. Tough call. What if I poop in your nest? How about that? Oh my god. But listen, my nest has a lot of character. It doesn't need to get more. It doesn't need to get poop. Yeah. Angry Bird, where's the slingshot? Why would you hurt yourself that way? And play League of Legends. You hear that Riot is maybe making League of Legends Classic? How do you think about that, Broker? Like Season 2 or such League of Legends? I want to yeet myself at pigs? Where's this coming from? Why my chat so weird sometimes? Cool? I wonder if I would play it. Cause it's like the season after that I quit. Early season 3. What do you mean? What do you mean, like, how weird you guys are? I mean, I suppose the chat emulates the streamer in some way, right? Bro, I've never played Angry Birds. Oh! Wow. That... Oh, God. You're showing your age, Ava. No, that took me a bit to put the connection together. What? Yeah, you are. From when is Angry Birds? Let's see. Angry Birds. I say you? I mean, it takes one old fossil to know another, right? It was from 2009. I played Angry Birds. I played it a tiny bit. You know what? Oh, Jesus, hold on. That's not good. I still need to tell the story. My voice can't. You guys are making me laugh too much. My voice is going. You know the angry one? What? Yeah, the red one, right? Listen here. I'm gradient. I have orange and yellow. Yeah? And I am no Angry Bird. You can't prove anything! Bird Vtuber, yes! Yes, this Bird Luna. Welcome in. This is how my chat looks. I mean... listen, chat, I tried. I tried to become like you. Did I do a good job? Like, look! It's pretty close, right? I think it's pretty close. Yeah. There's an imposter among us. No, I know. Look, I have a leaf on my head. I swear it's a leaf. Miss Nana says no. Bird, more like mango. You are mangoes. Listen. You guys aren't mangoes. No mango. Yeah. Why are you thinking mango? I should get the meme picture in here. Do I have the picture? I don't think I have the picture. Hold on. Now I'm a woman. Oh. You're the tall-legged ones. Woman, yes. I go shower cause I'm stinky mango. Okay. Go wash, you stinky. Wait, I should have it here, right? Oh no, cause I didn't save it. Let me again. Did I save that image? Let me check. Otherwise I need to save it. Oh darn it, I didn't. Hold on. Huh, you admitted with mangoes? No! Darn you. Oops. Oh, it's been a while since I posted that picture. Oh no. Ah. It was in the meme channel. From... Oh shit. Why is it not... Hold on, Chan. Oh! Thank you for the follow! Thank you, thank you! Welcome to the Pepper Brigade. Let me... I'm trying to find this picture, Chad. Ayaya. It was in memes. Dang it? Why dang it? Oh, it has image. Thought I was getting 300 Magatamas. Wait, you should... aren't you? I think... Oh, is it because you followed before? When I refollow... No! It's only on the first follow. You can't farm it. Sneaky, sneaky. No, that would be really nice. Then everyone will be like follow and follow, follow and follow, follow and follow. Oh, I found it. Hold on. Let me save this. Save image. There we go. Someone bought Burp Luna. Oh, the chat wanted it. Look. Look, Chan. No. No, I'll change it back. Ooh. Why are we so big? There we go. No. Where did the mango go? Oh, here. We'll put it here. There we go. We're big. We're back. Jesus. Big. We're back to our big shape. There. All right. Shall we do story time? Because the ad is just over as well. I hope I didn't mess up my voice too much. Bum ba-dum bum bum da-da. Did I put it on here? I did. Oh yeah. All right, chat. Let me change the hold on. Change the category. Thank you for supporting when I don't support is crazy. You support by being in the chat. You indirectly support me by when the ads are also running on the channel. And to be honest, everyone just tuning in is already like... That's way better than what any money can buy me. I just like the time we spent together. Like, time is a finite resource. You can never get it back. Therefore, for me personally, it's like the most important resource. Writing. Yeah, I was joking, but yes, true facts, yeah. Ooh. All right, chap. Today we have a classic! A classic! It's called Snowdrop. Alright, let me turn down the music for story time! Assemble! No, then. Okay. Oh. Can you guys hear the noise outside when I'm talking? I think they're not loud anymore, okay. Okay. I'll put chat off the screen for like the recording, but you know I can still see your messages. Oh. Enjoy the story time, alright? Alright, here we go. It was the middle of winter when the broad flakes of snow were falling around, that the queen of a country many thousand miles off sat working at her window, The frame of the window was made of fine black ebony, and as she sat looking out upon the snow, she pricked her finger, and 3 drops of blood fell upon it. She gazed thoughtfully upon the red drops that sprinkled the white snow, and said, "Would that my little daughter may be as white as snow, as red as that blood, and as black as this ebony window frame." And so the little girl really did grow up. Her skin was as white as snow, her cheeks as rosy as blood, and her hair as black as ebony, and she was called Snowdrop. But sadly, this queen died, and the king soon married another wife, who became queen. She was very beautiful, but so vain that she could not bear to think that anyone could be handsomer than she was. She had a fairy looking-glass, to which she used to go, and then she would gaze upon herself in it and said, "Tell me, glass, tell me true, of all the ladies in the land, who is fairest, tell me who?" And the glass always answered, "Thou, queen, art the fairest in all the land." But Snowdrop grew more and more beautiful, and when she was 7 years old, she was as bright as the day, and fairer than the queen herself. When the glass one day answered the queen, she went to look in it as usual. "Thou, queen, art fair and beauteous to see, but Snowdrop is lovelier far than thee." When she heard this, she turned pale with rage and envy, and called to one of her servants and said, "Take Snowdrop away into the wide woods, that I may never see her any more." The servant led her away, but his heart melted when Snowdrop begged him to spare her life, and he said, "I will not hurt you, though pretty child." So he left her by herself, and he thought it most likely that the wild beast would tear her to pieces, and he felt as if a great weight was taken off his heart when he had made up his mind not to kill her, but to leave her to her fate, with the chance of someone finding and saving her. Poor Snowdrop wandered along through the woods in great fear. The wild beast roared about her, but none did her any harm. In the evening she came to a cottage among the hill, went in to rest, for her little feet would carry her no further. Everything was spruce and neat in the cottage. On the table was spread a white cloth, and there were 7 little plates, 7 little loaves, and 7 little glasses with wine in them, 7 knives and forks laid in order, and by the wall stood 7 little beds. As she was very hungry, she picked a little piece of each loaf and drank a very little wine out of each glass. After that, she thought she would lay down and rest. So she tried all the little beds, but one was too long and the other was too short, till at last the 7th suited her, and there she laid herself down and went to sleep. By and by in came the masters of the cottage. Now there were 7 little dwarfs that lived among the mountains, and dug and searched for gold. They lighted up their 7 lamps, and said at once that all was not right. The first said, "Who has been sitting on my stool?" The second, "Who has been eating off my plate?" The third, "Who has been picking my bread?" The fourth, "Who has been meddling with my spoon?" The fifth, "Who has been handling my fork?" The sixth, "Who has been cutting with my knife?" And the 7th, Who has been drinking my wine? Then the first looked around and said, Who has been laying on my bed? And the rest came running to him. Everyone cried out that somebody had been upon his bed. But the seventh saw Snowdrop, and called all his brethren to come and see her. They cried out with wonder and astonishment, and brought their lamps to look at her. And they said, Good heavens, what a lovely child she is! And they were very glad to see her. They took care not to wake her. And the seven dwarfs slept an hour with each other. And the seven dwarfs slept an hour with each of the other dwarfs in turn, till the night was gone. In the morning, Snowdrop told them all her story, and they pitied her, and said if she would keep all the things in order, and cook and wash and knit and spin for them, she might stay where she was, and they would take good care of her. Then they all went out for the day for their work, seeking for gold and silver in the mountains. But Snowdrop was left at home, and they warned her and said, The queen will soon find out where you are, so take care and let no one in. But the queen, now that she thought Snowdrop was dead, believed that she must be the handsomest lady in the land. When she went to her glass and said, Tell me, glass, tell me true, of all the ladies in the land, who is fairest, tell me who? And the glass answered, Thou, queen, art the fairest in all this land, but over the hills, in the greenwood shade, where the seven dwarfs their dwelling have made, there Snowdrop is hiding her head, and she is lovelier far, O queen, than thee. The queen was very much frightened, for she knew that the glass always spoke the truth, and she was sure that the servant had betrayed her. She could not bear to think that anyone lived who was more beautiful than she was. So she dressed herself up as an old peddler and went her way over the hills to the place where the dwarfs dwelt. There she knocked at the door and cried, Fine wares to sell. Snowdrop looked out at the window and said, Good day, good woman. What have you to sell? Good wares, fine wares, said she. Laces and bobbins of all colors. I will let the old lady in. She seems to be a very good sort of body, thought Snowdrop, as she ran down and unbolted the door. Bless me, said the old woman. How badly your strays are laced. Let me lace them up with one of my nice new laces. Snowdrop did not dream of any mischief, so she stood before the old woman. But she set to work so nimbly and pulled the laces so tight that Snowdrop's breath was stopped, and she fell down as if she were dead. There's an end to all thy beauty, said the spiteful queen, and went away home. In the evening the seven dwarfs came home, and I need not say how grieved they were to see their faithful Snowdrop stretched out upon the ground, as if she was quite dead. However, they lifted her up, and when they found what ailed her, they cut the lace. And in a little time she began to breathe, very soon came to life again. They said, The old woman was the queen herself. Take care another time and let no one in when we are away. When the queen got home, she went straight to her glass and spoke to it as before, but to her great grief it still said, Thou, queen, art the fairest in all this land, but over the hills, in the greenwood shade, where the 7 dwarfs their dwelling have made, there Snowdrop is hiding her head, and she is lovelier far, O Queen, than thee. Then the blood ran cold in her heart with spite and malice, to see that Snowdrop still lived. She dressed herself up again, but in quite another dress from the one she wore before, and took with her a poisoned comb. When she reached the dwarf's cottage, she knocked at the door and cried, "Fine wares to sell." But Snowdrop said, "I dare not let anyone in." The queen said, "Only look at my beautiful combs," and gave her the poisoned one. It looked so pretty that she took it up and put it into her hair to try it. But the moment it touched her hair, the poison was so powerful that she fell down senseless. "There you may lie," said the queen, and went her way. But by good luck, the dwarfs came in very early that evening, and when they saw Snowdrop lying on the ground, they thought what had happened, and soon found the poisoned comb. When they took it away, she got well, and told them all that had passed. When they warned her once more not to open the door to anyone. Meantime, the queen went home to her glass, and shook with rage when she read the very same answer as before. She said, "Snowdrop shall die, even if it cost me my life." So she went by herself into her chamber, and got ready a poisoned apple. The outside looked very rosy and tempting, but whoever tasted it was sure to die. She dressed herself up as a peasant's wife and travelled over the hills to the dwarf's cottage and knocked on the door. But Snowdrop had her head out of the window and said, "I dare not let anyone in, for the dwarfs had told me not to." "Do as you please," said the old woman. "But at any rate, take this pretty apple. I will give it to you." "No," said Snowdrop, "I dare not take it." "You silly girl," answered the other. "What are you afraid of? Do you think it is poisoned? Come, do you eat one part and I will eat the other." Now the apple was so made up that one side was good, though the other side was poisoned. Snowdrop was much tempted to taste, for the apple looked so very nice. And when she saw the old woman eat, she could wait no longer. She had scarcely put the piece into her mouth when she fell down dead upon the ground. "This time nothing will save thee," said the queen, and she went home to her glass. And at last it said, "Thou, queen, art the fairest of all the fair." Then her wicked heart was glad, and as happy as such a heart could be. When evening came, and the dwarfs had gone home, they found Snowdrop laying on the ground. No breath came from her lips, and they were afraid that she was quite dead. They lifted her up and combed her hair and washed her face with wine and water. But all was in vain, for the little girl seemed quite dead. They laid her down upon a bed, and all 7 watched and bewailed her 3 whole days. Then they thought they would bury her, but her cheeks were still rosy, and her face looked just as it did when she was alive. So they said, "We will never bury her in the cold ground." and they made a coffin of glass so that they might still look at her. They wrote upon in gold letters what her name was and that she was the king's daughter. The coffin was set among the hills, and one of the dwarfs always sat by it and watched. The birds of the air came too, and bemoaned Snowdrop. First of all came an owl, and then a raven, and at last a dove, and sat by her side. And thus Snowdrop lay for a long, long time, and still only looked as though she was asleep, for she was even now as white as snow, and as red as blood, and as black as ebony. At last a prince came and called at the dwarf's house, and he saw Snowdrop, and read what was written in gold letters. He offered the dwarfs money, and prayed and besought them to let him take her away. But they said, "We will not part with her for all the gold in the world." At last, however, they had pity on him, and gave him the coffin. But the moment he lifted it up to carry it home with him, the piece of apple fell from between her lips. And Snowdrop awoke and said, "Where am I?" The prince said, "Thou art quite safe with me." Then he told her all that has happened, and said, "I love you far better than all the world, so come with me to my father's palace, and you shall be my wife." Snowdrop consented, and went home with the prince. And everything was got ready with a great pomp and splendor for their wedding. To the feast was asked, among the rest, Snowdrop's old enemy, the queen. And as she was dressing herself in fine rich clothes, she looked in the glass and said, "Tell me, glass, tell me true, of all the ladies in the land, who is the fairest? Tell me who." And the glass answered, "Thou, lady, art loveliest here, I ween, but lovelier far is the new-made queen." When she heard this, she started with rage. Her envy and curiosity were so great that she could not help setting out to see the bride. And when she got there, she saw that it was no other than Snowdrop, who, as she thought, had been dead a long while. She choked with rage and fell down and died. But Snowdrop and the prince lived and reigned happily over that land many, many years. And sometimes they went up into the mountains and paid a visit to the little dwarfs who had been so kind to Snowdrop in her time of need. The end. So, if you had been paying attention, you could probably figure out that this is the original story that Snow White is based upon. Yeah. I was scrolling through all the different stories that I have on this page, and I saw it and I was like, oh, wait, is this the original? So I thought it would be nice to share with you the original story. Yeah. Surprise Pikachu face. Yeah, Snowdrop is the original of Snow White. Did you enjoy it? Thanks for the story, Granny. You're welcome, you're welcome. Yeah. I needed to use my real voice there halfway through, but you know, you guys understand. Yeah. Alright. Where I'm gonna send you today? Let me see who's online. Thank you for the strum. No, thank you for hanging out. Let's see. Ooh, you guys wanna watch some Street Fighter? Edrun is playing Street Fighter. We can cheer him on. I think I'm gonna rate you guys over to Edrun. He was practicing Ed, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna send you all over there. Oh my god. I see. We'll not do Yap raid, but we'll do... Instead of Yap raid, we'll do this. I'll adjust it. Hold on. Do this one for the subscribers, and then... Whoa. Oh god. This one for the non-subscribers. Yeah. Let me copy it as well when we move over. Thank you all hanging out with me. Yes. Have a lovely weekend. I hope you have a good weekend. And I'll see you all Tuesday again. Yeah. Bye.